Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Game Drain with your boy Ham Solo 05. Matt Likes Games and Hard Days Mike here with us this evening. It's me, Twan, out hanging out with some family doing his own thing. So he will be with us next week. But everybody, how you guys doing today? Matt Likes Games, you go ahead and go first.
I'm doing fantastic today, sir. Thank you for asking. How about you, Mike?
I'm doing all right. I'm just kind of gaming, honestly. That's what I've been doing lately. Working, gaming, and that's pretty much it.
Based. Proud of you.
I got something cool to say when we talk about what we've been playing
Oh,
after
boy.
too.
Oh,
Should I
okay.
go now?
Go ahead.
Wait. All right, on. So before I really get into what I said I've been playing is my as of recent, I'm happy to say my mom finally moved back to Massachusetts, back to where we live. So we've been parted for a very long time. Like a lot of our family's been scattered now for years, and we're all finally kind of coming back together, which is really nice. It's kind of sucked everyone being as far away from one another. But she went to a yard sale today and she found an original Xbox for $5 that still works, and she bought it. So
Oh, shit.
yeah. So
Nice.
I'm definitely gonna check that out because I know our original Xbox has an issue with an orange light of death. So
Let's go.
which it literally might be that battery that dies. There's like a certain battery inside the Series X, yeah, the original Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Let
gosh,
him know.
shut up. Yeah, it leaks all over the place now. But so I'm really excited to check that out. She also picked me up a few like
Slipped up and told you a
classic war
fact.
movies. Oh my god. Anyways, so I'm
You just
really
gotta
excited to
ignore
check
it.
that out. Yeah, I just gotta ignore it. I
Ignore it.
gotta let him talk. I just gotta let him talk.
Just
But
gotta keep going.
but I've also recently picked up, due to Matt's suggestion, other than Rage 2, I picked up
Another
Days Gone.
PS5.
No, I mean I did pick up a PlayStation banger just on a platform that can play it maxed out at like 100 frames. Anyways,
On another
There you go.
PlayStation.
yeah, I did.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
cool.
exactly what I did. But Days Gone.
Let's
So yeah, there's
go.
like some things that are like, I'm not the biggest fan, but I really, really enjoy it. It reminds me of Mad Max, which is one of, in my opinion, one of the best open world games. I really recommend anyone check out Mad Max as well. If you enjoy Mad Max, maybe check out Days Gone. It has more of a focus on zombie and like survival crafting, but it's actually very similar to Mad Max in that way. It's actually, the more I think about it, it's really crazy how similar these two of these games are. So that might be why I'm getting as much enjoyment as I am. It's fucking brutal. Like, that game is violent.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of violence in Days Gone.
So and I like, it's just like I just can't get over the factors like zombies that are literal, like they look like six, and you just gotta beat them to
Bunch of
death with
children.
plywood, right?
Bunch
Like
of
it's like
children. I'm just beating the shit out of them.
with a fucking like piece of plywood. It's like it's like, what the fuck? But
It's definitely interesting.
so it's like, it's just it really has a, and it's finally coming together where it feels like the open world has a bit of a point. I still agree with Ham what we were talking about last night about how PlayStation kind of really hasn't 100% nailed open world. I think the last one they did probably was Infamous 2. Infamous 2 had some of the, like, was incredible. But anyways,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, what am I fucking talking? I haven't played
Yeah.
Spider-Man though. Well, I mean, I have. I have played
Spider-Man's open world's
Spider-Man.
really good.
I don't know why I said that because I remember Spider-Man, but
It's pretty good. I'd say it's
the best.
pretty
It's the
good.
best they've done, in my
Oh,
opinion. I mean,
I'm
it takes what
mm,
Infamous did and does it just better, way
But
better.
anyways, so yeah,
that's like
I'm
a whole
having
conversation.
I
Mm.
mean, hey,
so for me, I am having fun. I enjoy clearing out enemy bases. That's fun. Dude, those zombie hordes are fucking insane. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
freaker hordes.
I hate that they call them freakers, and that's
Yeah,
one of the things I hate about that game is they call them freakers. It's like,
yeah.
what
Yep. What a
the
what a
fuck?
garbage name to
I
call
don't like what
It's
I
a
would
zombies.
dumb name.
like. It's like I'm kind of like done with the only game that didn't call them zombies and it worked was because of was like The Last of Us, like calling them clickers and
Yeah,
whatever the fuck the other infected name is.
I want to say it
Um,
was Walkers, but I'm pretty sure that was Walking Dead.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
Walking
it's
Dead.
Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Walkers aren't terrible either, but like it's still kind of corny. But like Freakers is
yeah.
just its own level of corny.
Freakers is just it's lame.
But like,
I
dude,
mean,
that
it's
they
like it
nailed.
came out of the 60s. Like, what happened?
Yeah, but like, can I just say they fucking like the optimization for that game is insane because like I
Oh
told you,
yeah,
like I'm playing that 1800p completely maxed out, 90 to 100 frames, and like there'll be a massive horde, and I'm still over 90 like frames. It's crazy how well optimized that game is. And
yeah.
hopefully Xbox, I think realistically Bethesda is their best PC port studio. Learn a thing or two because like the fucking Halo PC port's kind of a fucking mess. Um,
But then you
uh,
look at
but-
Gears, and then you
oh,
look at
Gears is
Gears
really good
5
too,
is
isn't it?
really well optimized.
I've heard, but I haven't played it yet. But yeah, I have
Here's
heard that.
oh
I
wait.
think Halo is fucked because of that stupid fucking engine. I think that's why it's
Yeah,
fucked.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, but
not
yeah.
not
So,
great.
so far, like I've heard PlayStation has great ports, so I'm very excited to check out um Returnal when that comes out in 2 weeks, under 2 weeks now. I'm
Yep,
definitely gonna be playing the shit out of that because I loved Returnal. I just don't love the PlayStation controller. Excuse me.
can definitely agree with that.
So,
You wait until
uh,
Horizon comes out, bud.
dude, I've tried playing the original Horizon like 3 times when I owned a PS4, and I'm just like, oh, this game's pretty, and that's all where it ever stops, and then I put down the controller.
I'll
You
tell you
wait
what,
until
Uh,
you play number 2.
I
ugh,
bought Zero
I
Dawn
did
on
play it.
PC, and then I just look at it every now and then. I'm like, why? Why'd I
Yeah,
do that? Didn't need to do that.
I,
Oof.
I
Kind of a waste.
I really like PlayStation's PC ports. I mean, they other than some
They're good.
broken implementation of like Nvidia things, but you can fix them yourself. I mean, you shouldn't have to fix them
Mhm.
yourself, but you can at least fix them yourself. Um, uh, they're actually solid, very solid ports, and I do hope that going forward, and I mean that's I shouldn't shit on all of the Microsoft game ports because realistically, can we be honest? Like Microsoft has released games. We're not going to say that, but like outside of like what like big massive AAA game can I even really talk about benchmarking right now outside of Halo?
Mm-hmm.
Forza, maybe.
Forza is another really good optimized game.
So it's like I shouldn't like
Spit the
shake my
facts.
fist. Shouldn't shake my finger necessarily at Microsoft. I just feel like it's kind of sad that I feel like at the moment I have more PlayStation games to make comparisons to. But that's
You
more
do.
like
As
confirmation
far as new
bias.
You
games, you do.
you let him
Uh,
know.
so shut up. Um, but yeah, so far really enjoying Days Gone. Super excited to play Returnal. Next week,
Ooh.
week after, whatever week it is right now. I think it's technically now it's next week it's coming out because it's the
It's
15th.
March 35th.
What? Okay.
What? I don't know.
Next week now. It's coming out next week now.
Did you say
'Cause
March 35th? What the hell does that
Yeah,
even
it's March
mean?
35th.
March
It's a
35th.
Parks and Rec joke. Oh,
Oh yeah, for April. Got it.
yeah.
Got it.
Don't humor Matt. Let him suffer. Anyways, no,
Always
yeah.
humor Matt.
No, always humor Matt. You start screaming. Just
Yeah, exactly.
high pitch yell. Anyway, sorry. Yeah,
There you go.
having a lot of fun with that. Other than
He
that, I
just
don't
has a
really
high
think I'm
pitch Latin X yell.
Latinx yell. Oh my
That's
god.
me.
It's pretty cool.
What have I been playing anything else?
You've been playing Halo.
Forspoken on PC is a broken piece of shit. That isn't like
That's good.
so that's a game just avoid at all costs until they fix that because it's such a shame because I thought the combat's really fun.
And you're
What's funny
saying
about
that
that?
because you own it.
What's
What?
funny about that
Because yeah, I
is
own it, so I can talk about how broken the PC port is. The combat in the demo is phenomenal. It felt fantastic.
What's funny
It
about it being broken on
It-
PC is the fact that I watched a video of somebody at 800p getting a stable 30 FPS on it on Steam Deck.
really? What setting? Low?
I don't know. Well, obviously low, very low, but it was like a stable 30 FPS,
Yeah, it's
which is funny.
so hopefully they fix it because the combat was. That's why I bought it because the combat in the demo was like, oh, you can like chain all these things together, and it kind of reminded me of like quick switching my weapons in Doom and any other boomer shooter. And I was like, oh,
what up,
cool. This is
Tortoise
kind of
Y?
hello, and it just made me super excited. And then I got it, and then the game's
Yo.
like, I'm looking at like a wall, and it's like 50 FPS, and I'm like, okay, cool, great. And then I'll be in a massive fight, and it'll be like 80 FPS. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? And on every resolution too, it's like doesn't matter what resolution I play on. It's fucking weird. Like,
Just a bad port.
yeah,
Another Square Enix L.
fucking another Square Enix banger. I
Let's
want
go.
PlayStation to buy Square Enix. I'm looking
Get
forward to it.
them off the market. Get people to stop talking about the studio, please.
Oh my
I'm tired
god,
of them.
The funny thing is the next Final Fantasy isn't going to PC.
that's fine with me.
They said get
Which
a
is hilarious.
PlayStation.
Well, thing is, it'll go to PC in like a year, 2 years, whatever the fuck they do. And
They
then people
said
will be like,
flat out get a. They said they didn't want
yeah.
to do it.
Oh, well, the thing is, they also said the same shit for Xbox, which is, we'll see how that goes.
Have
Which
they done it?
I think it's not coming.
Money
I
talks.
think Final Fantasy is done coming to Xbox. Truly, I don't think that's a thing that's going to be happening anymore. Which
I
is
think
again,
I think they looked at Forspoken and they were like, "Yo, we don't want to do it on PC."
oh yeah, well, that could be it too.
I feel like it's they just I don't know, like
Square Enix loves to
money
spend
talks.
exactly. They love to spend the least amount of money and put the least amount of like don't ever want to say lazy devs. They just want to set the devs up to lose at all costs.
Yeah,
As long as it doesn't cost them much money, they're happy to do that. And that's why I don't understand why people continue to support Square Enix. I truly don't. I'll never understand it.
yeah.
But
I feel so bad for the people who can fly devs. I still feel bad for what happened to them.
made a actually fun game and got thrown under the fucking bus.
Yeah, and like
That's
they made them use like some of the worst servers ever, and then they blame them for it. Like
cheap
that's like
out.
I fucking hate Square Enix. I fucking can't stand them.
They're a
But
joke.
but don't worry, we're gonna get some bit chain shoot game, whatever the fuck it's called, game soon, boys. It's gonna be great.
Oh
It's
yeah,
gonna be lit. We're gonna have so much fun.
it's gonna be turned.
Stupid company. That's all I got to say.
I can't wait. I'm very hyped. I don't know about
I'm
you guys, but I'm
ecstatic.
hyped.
Ecstatic.
All right.
Anyways, Ham, what about you? What have you been up to? How are you doing?
Oh man, I am tired from working and staying up too late and doing stuff.
In Arc.
Art, basketball,
Okay.
YouTube stuff, just a lot of stuff.
Let's go.
But anyways, as of what I've been playing, I played some Stray earlier today,
There you go.
and I tell you what, it's still not that fun.
Are you
I'm
sure it's not the most innovative gameplay
See, you
design?
bots just don't understand what games are. That's the issue.
Oh my god.
Become a full-on pony because I'm playing fucking Days Gone. Anyways, go on.
So I don't know. I got a trophy when I went to the
There you go.
store.
Ponies
You
like
know,
trophies.
you know what the trophy was for?
Taking
What's
a piss
that?
on something.
Walking forward?
No, it was for sleeping. It's for
Oh.
sleeping for an hour.
Just an hour of real life time.
Yeah,
It's just,
I'm dead serious.
Are
I
you
was just
kidding me?
kidding.
No, yeah, I'm dead
Oh my
serious.
god.
What
This
you're supposed to
game.
do is you put
Oh,
the cat to sleep.
That's sweet.
and then you leave your controller in the game running for an hour.
What, you just take a nap or something? What'd you do?
I went to the store.
Oh my god damn, this game is a crime. I'm not sure. That one,
It's
most
pretty
innovative
innovative.
gameplay.
Didn't that win? Yeah, it
You
did.
just you
That
just
won
don't.
that.
I mean, look up that achievement. It's pretty funny. It's
That's
pretty
I
funny.
thought it was like an hour of like in-game time where it's like how in
Like
Skyrim
you're
an
like
hour is like
skipping.
yeah,
Yeah,
I thought like in
5
Skyrim like an
minutes.
hour is like a minute.
Yeah.
Dude. Ugh.
Oh my god.
That's
No,
Most innovative gameplay. I'm
no,
dying.
it
it's
is
atrocious.
100% what I did. So I left my controller on, went to Walmart, got my daughter a bubble machine.
There
And
you go.
then
Let's fucking go.
I got her a bubble machine, and we got dinner for tonight. We made burritos, and then when I came back home, yeah, got that trophy.
I mean, you shouldn't have got. You know, what you should have gone her own custom DualShock Sense 5 fucking controller, bud. That's what you should have gone her. Her
There
own
you
Yeah.
go.
custom maybe with a bubble skin. Like I think she
There you
should be
go.
playing
You want
nothing but
bubbles? Grab a
greatness.
PS5 controller.
You want bubbles? Grab a PS5. Probably can't fit in her fucking hands comfortably. Um,
So it is a pretty big controller.
it's like
I'm
weird.
actually
Like I don't mind big controllers at
yeah,
all, but that controller is weird. Like I
I'm
can't.
actually see
I
thing
don't
is
mind it.
I'm actually I actually enjoy it. It's like the first PlayStation controller I've
I'm about to
besides the
say
sticks.
I rock with
I
it.
I
hate the PS3 controllers. I hate the
dude, the
PS3
PS3 controller is a joke. That thing's not even a real
I
thing.
I think
But
you slightly like move like you could snap that thing in half just by twisting it both
yeah,
ways if you wanted to.
I could grab
Like
this right here, right now, and just snap. I mean, I don't want to because but I totally
I
could.
do. I'm just
You
kidding.
totally could. But yeah, the PS5 controller is actually, like I
It's
said,
a
with the exception of the
Go to
sticks,
Matt Likes
yes.
Games and see him break a PS3 controller.
I'm not
There
doing
you
that.
go.
Send
New
Matt
video,
Likes
bud.
Games some PS3 controllers, and I will happily break them. I don't want to break this one because this is like the Sony, like a Sony PS3, and I don't want to I don't want to snap that because it's gonna be hard to find another one for a
Yeah.
for a decent price. So
This
I'm good.
duel makes no sense.
Exactly. That should be the marketing for the DualSense.
Because it's so dope. I
Oh,
actually
that
really do
duel
like the
makes no
dual sense. So I
sense.
I think that and as weird as it is, but it's like probably the best feature of Gran Turismo, my opinion.
I
I
think
mean, that
it's
game
the
needs
best
something.
controller. Yeah, I think it's the best controller they've ever done.
Yeah.
The thing is, it is the best controller
Yeah,
they've
like
ever
by a
done.
good
It
margin
actually
too.
is. It like objectively
Since
is.
since the
Dual sense since the
since
dual sense.
the DualShock very first came out, which was on the PlayStation 1. I remember because if you remember the PlayStation 1, the very first controller that it really came with
Didn't
was
have
super
analogs.
basic. Yeah, no
Yeah,
analog sticks or
I
anything
have
like
mine
that.
still. I have it in
Um,
storage.
but yeah, once they had the analog, the gray one with the analog sticks with the red light that would always say, you could turn on and off. For
yeah.
whatever reason, I never really understand why you'd ever want to turn it off, but
That's what I
uh,
never got too. Like
I
I
always,
remember when I was a kid and I was like, "What the fuck does this do?" And I found out all it does is turn off the analog stick. I'm like, "Why? Like, why would I want
right.
to do that?"
It's like
somebody
Maybe it's
where
just
messed
well,
up
people
on it.
that
where's the button to turn off the X button? Like
I, only
Yeah,
thing I'm wondering is it maybe people that like literally can't comprehend two joysticks and they were accidentally pressing them and they just wanted to give people an option that just can't cope with two analog sticks. Like I don't know. Like I don't
imagine
know.
that.
I can only imagine
'Cause-
somebody in like the QA room saying, "Just don't touch the damn analog stick. Stop touching the
Yeah.
analog stick. I'm just
I
gonna
can't
turn it
help
off. We're
it.
turning it off. We're
What the
turning it
fuck
off,
are these
boys."
things?
Fucking start screaming and crying. I can only imagine they're like using they're like two like their index, their middle finger, and their thumbs like just like grabbing it like trying to play the game. Oh my
Trying
god,
to
like they're
play with
pinching
move
something.
around with their chin.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh,
This would
people
have
like
been
I thought the
hilarious to see.
N64 was hard.
Oh,
God
the
hopeless.
64 controller was great. That was such a weird controller.
I forgot though. I mean, we got way off topic. I was talking about what games I was playing and whatever.
Oh yeah, we were, weren't we? All right, go on.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, beat Hi-Fi Rush. That was a good game.
Let's fucking go.
There's apparently there's a ton of end game content that you can play,
Mhm.
and I haven't got to any of that yet, but there was a noticeable part at the end where it let you know like you got this and this and this and this, and I was just like, geez, freaking wheeze, there's a lot of crap after
Mhm.
here. So they really encourage you to keep playing after you get done beating that game, which is pretty dope.
Yep.
Let's see. I think that's kind of it. It's kind of been a slower week in gaming for me because I've been working a lot on my YouTube and stuff like that, and I was super stressed out about my interview that I had this past week with Seamus
That went great, by
Blackley
the way.
on my channel, and I also had another interview that same day, and I've just been really working a lot on my YouTube. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's what I've been up to. I'm sure there's other games I've been playing. I did play some Dark Void last night, and it reminded me a lot of Gears and Uncharted, like mixed together. Where I'm at so far in the game. Um,
Nice.
but
Oh, I
it's
want.
yeah, I don't know.
I'll say real quick, I got my internet working again correctly. It was a horrible 3 days without it. My whole like infrastructure of my house was fucked. Nothing worked correctly. And it was like you never realize how much you use something until you don't have it anymore. And I know it's like something as obvious as internet. You're like, well, no shit, you use your internet. But it's like
A
almost like you
lot.
can't you don't really think about it until like um you don't have it. But yeah, I got my internet back. Let's go. That's all I got to
That's
say.
good.
Nice.
What's next?
All right. Well, anyways, yeah, going forward, Matt, let's run through this news because we don't have a whole lot to talk about this evening, actually.
Yeah, there is not much to talk about. So, first up, feel like we can hit on EA deciding to
No,
cancel their Apex Legends single player game. And I say Apex Legends as a way to make that
to
clear
cope.
that it's not Titanfall. Yeah, Cope, honestly.
I've been hearing a
Uh,
lot of people like earlier today. I was listening to the Iron Lords podcast, and they were talking strictly about Titanfall.
it's not Titanfall. It is an Apex Legends related project that was going basically just a single player portion of Apex Legends. Um, don't know what that entails, and I guess we'll never really know. But you know, it's
My poor beating heart.
it is canceled. Regardless, either way, I would have liked to have played because I think Apex Legends is a super fun game. I just don't like battle royale. If they could have
For
gave me
real.
that single player, I would have happily played whatever that was. But like I said, we don't know what that is now, and I guess we'll never know because EA has decided to cancel that project entirely, and that leaves Respawn working on. You got Jedi Survivor comes out in April, I think that is April 28th, I believe, and then you also got them working on I believe, another Star Wars game. So there's that. So who knows whenever we're gonna get Titanfall 3 or anything single player in that universe. Could be a very, very long time. But I wanted to
Jedi
ask you
Survivor.
guys if you had any thoughts on EA just being awesome and canceling a single player project.
I
I'm
mean,
heartbroken.
okay, go
Let's
And
ahead.
go.
reason I'm heartbroken though is simply because of the fact that it was supposed to be Doom Eternal gameplay loop inspired, which
Yeah.
means it was going to be very much you can't just walk forward and shoot, and you kind of really have to use the correct equipment and like positioning and resource management and We don't get a lot of games like that. And it really makes me sad that we're not getting it. That's basically it.
Nope.
And I don't only want games that are 100% Doom Eternal clones either. I more so just mean like the urgency of understanding exactly what you're fighting, because Doom had a really good way of, I don't know, making that work. But
I'd agree
anyways,
with
yeah,
that.
I'm bummed. I not even just because the whole Doom, like I think we need more single player shooters, triple A single player shooters, mind you.
I I think, unfortunately, well, I think we need more Respawn
Yeah,
single player shooters because, again, Respawn was created to make single player shooters. That was
yep,
their entire vision. And then they just happened to make a great Star Wars game at a certain point, and then EA is like, "Hey, now you do Star Wars."
yeah.
So it's like, okay, I
But a part
guess.
of me also, I'm trying to, and I know everyone's like, why the fuck would you give EA the benefit of the doubt? And it's like, I don't want to, but hear me out. Like, a part of me wants to imagine like they wouldn't just cancel a game that's coming along together really, really well that likely would print them money because it has tie-ins to fucking Apex Legend. You know what? Apex. Like, I feel
Yeah,
like there must have been some type of turbulence along the way where it wasn't worth it. I
probably,
don't know though. I really
probably.
can't say for sure.
Uh, I I would have to agree with that, honestly. It would only make sense for that to be the case. What about you, Ham? Do you have any thoughts on EA?
EA's always kind of breaking my heart in some way, shape, or form. In
Yep.
some way, shape, or form, you know. Um, so I don't really take it too serious. And then on the other hand, there's been a lot of cancellations lately of games.
A lot of
And
cancellations from
there's
EA
been a
too.
lot of there's been a lot of I mean, there's that too. I mean, if we want to talk about like this, like let's keep in mind, you know, a Battlefield Mobile is also canceled, and then Apex
Oh,
Mobile is getting, you know, sunset, and looks like they got some stuff moving around over at EA right now, um but if you look around, like you see others that, you know, have had some things kind of happen that are not so cool. Like let's say the Coalition just canceled two of their games, and they're going full head of
Mid box.
steam on Gears of War now.
yep.
What were you saying, Mike?
Mid box. I don't know.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
Mid box, mid box, mid box,
Um,
mid box. Okay, I gotta shut up. Please go on.
so so yeah, and then we just heard or we just now hear about like Crossfire X. You know, that's
Yeah.
Oh
out.
yeah, Crossfire X. Oh no.
Avengers. Let's talk about Babylon's
Watch
Fall at
Dogs.
the end of this month. You know, I mean, there's a lot of games that are either getting cut short or not even getting finished being made or cut short in the process of development.
Don't blame
So
PlayStation.
There's also the Watch Dogs game. There's supposed to be a Watch Dogs Battle Royale that they just announced was
What?
canceled. Yeah.
Sorry, that's just
I
disgusting.
mean,
I
a Watch
mean,
Dogs Battle Royale sounds terrible.
it
It
doesn't
So
actually
sound
it
like something I
does.
want to play at all.
Sounds like a horrible time. So I'm not even really mad that Ubisoft decided to axe that one. Uh, but yeah,
Yeah,
lots of stuff.
that's something
Lots
I'm
of stuff
definitely
getting
not
canceled.
tripping about.
Oh
Definitely
yeah,
not tripping about
definitely not.
that. But anyways, yeah, so as for this whole situation, I'm not that brokenhearted about it. Plus, I don't know, EA is kind of a tease. I mean, especially when it comes to shooters, I just feel like that's where they've been making me, as of lately, the most nervous. I mean, I've been suspect with their sports with their sports games, that being Madden and Live for the last few years and whatnot, and just I'm just not there to praise EA at all when it comes to sports games right now. I'm just not. But when it comes to
Yeah.
shooters, they're just very hit and miss, man. They'll give you something that you absolutely love, and then stop really working super duper hard on it, or they will not, support it properly. Titanfall.
Don't do
There's,
that.
um, I mean, there's, I mean, great shooter Anthem. Come on, man. Like that's probably like the most heartbreaking one. So like
Yeah,
hearing
that one.
hearing I mean, Titanfall really broke my heart and whatnot, and but they shifted to Apex with that, and I kind of felt like once they really loved up on Apex that they are probably not going to come back to Titanfall. And so really the last thing that really kind of hurt me, and now that I don't really care about now, is Anthem, just because of like they didn't do anything more with that. They didn't say, "Hey, we're shifting somewhere else." They just said, "We're done with this shit."
Yep.
So so like I don't know. I feel like I got an ice cold heart when I think about that. I don't get to.
I mean, you like PlayStation, so of course you have a nice cold heart. I'm just kidding.
I'll tell you what annoys me about EA is the fact that Titanfall 2 is the best FPS of last generation by a pretty good margin. I mean, like multiplayer FPS by a pretty good margin. Um, and and instead of pushing it, like they had this really aggressive marketing for it, and then they kind of ditched it, and then they just started marketing Battlefield because they released Battlefield right on top of it, and then they just never talked about Titanfall again.
Yep.
They just buried it with their own other game that they went on to not give a fuck about because look at the state of Battlefield 2042. They don't care about it. So they don't care about Battlefield, but they cared more about Battlefield than they did Titanfall, which is just disheartening.
Yeah.
It's just disheartening. But yeah, EA's weird. They do good things and then they give you one bad thing to just remind you that we're still EA, we're still gonna upset you. So don't like us too much.
And you
Um,
still smell.
but yeah, that's the first bit of news that I wanted to bring up. I'm gonna save this next bit for later, but I want to bring up right now Wolong Fallen Dynasty getting a demo on February 24th for the main game, and then all your progress from that demo. Before we talk about this, all the progress that you make in that demo does carry over to the actual game as it releases. I believe on I'm not May, March 3rd. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if the progress from the earlier demo carries over. I don't think it does. They haven't mentioned that at all. But yeah, wanted to hand this off to you first, Ham. What are your thoughts on this demo, and are you going to be playing it
Wait, demo for what?
for Wolong?
Wolong.
Roll on. Oh yeah, I mean I'll definitely play it. A demo of Roll On. The game was fantastic. I had a good time. Me and you actually ran
Yeah,
through the demo of that game, and that was really
it
fun.
was great. That
So
was
I am 100% down for that.
I would have to agree with that. Plus, there's also something you get with this demo, much like the first demo. Forget what the reward was for the first demo, but if you beat this demo, you get the Crouching Dragon Helmet DLC. So you'll receive that in the full game. And yeah, February 24th is when this comes out. Now, I was confused when they announced this because I thought it meant, or I thought they meant that it was a trial of the game. Like February 24th, here's the trial of the game. As far as you get in the trial is as far as you'll get in the main game. Like you'll have all that stuff. But apparently, no, that's not the case. This is a demo, much like the first demo was a demo. So there is that to consider. What about you, Mike? Are you going to try out this demo?
I didn't play the first time around, but this time I will because apparently the co-op is much more seamless, and I don't got to be like farming for flowers and fucking fingers and fucking all this other crazy
Yeah,
shit to play co-op. So yeah, absolutely, I will
nice,
definitely be
nice,
playing
nice.
it. Also, I love
I
that time period. I love the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. If I'm not mistaken, that is the time period it is in. Lubu is the man, even though he's an absolute fucking psychopath. Um, I love that era of Chinese history, dude. It's so fucking fascinating. I mean, I know it's fake Chinese
fucking
history
looks
now,
fascinating. I'll tell you that.
but um, yeah, I really recommend looking into the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Anyways, yeah, I'm really excited to dive into that, and yeah, that's all I'll say, really.
Nice. I'm right there with both of you. I'm actually very hyped to dive into this. I want to see. Obviously, I'm probably gonna play co-op with Ham, but I want to see, unlike the first demo, how far I can get in this solo. Now, because the first demo, I was getting destroyed playing it solo. And then I played it co-op and it was like, this is fun, but we're running through this.
Yeah,
Like we're running through it. So I want to see how far I can get solo before I hop into
totally.
co-op. But yeah, I'm excited to try this. I'm actually very excited for this game. I don't I feel like this game probably is going to click a lot more with me than any other. Like I bought all the Dark Souls games that and Bloodborne and shit recently. And as cool as those games are and as fun as they can be, it doesn't click because it's not open world and I can't go wherever I want, really. So I'm hyped for this because I've been looking for that since Elden Ring and it's just not there. So hoping for this game to give me that, to scratch that itch. But yeah, I'm hyped for this. February 24th is when this comes out. And you will get a reward if you beat the demo. You'll be getting a nice little helmet in the game. So something to look forward to. And then finally, I want to talk a little bit about the Atomic Heart trailer because
I
I know
can't
everyone
wait.
here watched it, of
It's
course.
I know it sounds like I wasn't excited, but I'm still very much excited for that
Yeah,
game. It's just
yeah,
one of those games I've been eyeballing now since that first teaser. I'm just ready to play it. I am
yeah.
just ready for it.
There's like I saw this demo, or not demo. I saw this gameplay, and I was like I was already sold enough on the game to go out and spend in total about $150 on on a special edition. So I was already sold on the game. And then I saw this and I'm like, I just this was the best gameplay they've ever shown for this game.
Yeah,
This was the
absolutely.
best like eight, I think it was like 8 minutes, 40 seconds or something. This was the best 9 minutes of footage of this game I've seen. And it's
I
also
agree.
wild to me how much this game seemingly has changed from its initial showing, like way, way back in 2016, I
Yep.
believe. Um,
Yep.
I remember seeing it in 2016 thinking this looks awesome. But when I think about that trailer, I'd have to watch it again, honestly. But when I think back to that trailer, I remember thinking more survival, not survival horror, but more horror. I remember thinking more, oh, this is a horror game. Whereas now it's like, dude, you're just a fucking badass in this game. You're just a fucking monster in this game. And the music in the game, Mick Gordon's a genius.
Yep.
And it's just the powers, the abilities, the guns, the fact that it's open world, which I didn't know until like about a year ago, I think is when they really started talking about it being open world. But everything about this game checks all the boxes for me. But yeah, what about you, Ian? Because I know you were really excited about this trailer also.
Yeah, and I tell you, I was not that excited about the game initially at all. I mean, you've heard me say it many times. Like I was like, this it looks nice, but like it doesn't look that like interesting or fun or
Yeah.
whatnot. And I tell you, like it definitely changed quite a bit after I got done seeing what I seen on that video. So definitely excited to get into that. That looks like a good game. Looks like it should be
Awesome.
fun. And actually,
Yeah,
I'm now excited to the point where I might even get like an
pre-order.
get like the like a higher price copy instead of just playing it off a Game Pass, you know. So
There
definitely
you go.
something to look out for. Definitely something I'm excited about.
I'm I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. I am so hyped for that game. Mike, what are your thoughts on Atomic Heart? What are your thoughts on the trailer?
Personally, really let down. I'm just kidding. I'm really
You
excited.
need to get him off. Get him off.
Um, um, it, I'm really excited to play it. As you know, like I still remember the first trailer I ever seen for it was that fucking like white monkey-ish looking thing with an apple on its head and it was bleeding out of
Yep.
its skull. And I remember being like,
Yep.
"What the fuck is this thing?" And
You
it's like
know,
Atomic Heart. I'm like, okay.
dude, the trailers they showed real quick. You remember that
Yeah,
game they showed? I think Xbox showed it at their event, or it might have been Game Award, the Summer Game Showcase, like 2 years ago, I think.
I'm trying to remember
Where
which one.
it looks almost identical to Atomic Heart, and they're doing and Mick Gordon is doing the soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
we've talked about this. It's
yeah,
fucking starts
that
with an
game.
S. Stranded.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
remember what it
I
is.
don't know. I forget. I have to find that game. But
It
that game looks like what I thought Atomic Heart would be.
yeah.
Is because that game looks like a horror game,
Yeah, that
and
game's
that's what
definitely
I
way
thought.
more horror leaning.
Yeah, that's what I thought Atomic Heart was going to be. And seeing Atomic Heart's evolution
Atomic
over,
Hearts.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
over the last 6 years is like it's like a completely different game, and I'm very very happy that they've gone the direction that they're going
Yep.
with this. But yeah, keep going, Mike. I apologize.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm used to you. I'm sorry. I gotta
Yeah, you
stop being a
better
while.
be. You better be.
But yeah, man, I'm so excited to play it. It looks like so much fun.
Oh yeah.
And it looks gorgeous too. Don't know if I'll be playing with ray tracing, but I know at least we'll be playing with good frames on my rig. So that's all I really care about.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Uh,
another thing. I'm excited to play that, and if I love it on Xbox, I'm probably gonna play it again on PC.
yeah, so it's very much excited.
Yeah, 100%, 100% excited for that game. Honestly, guys, it's a light news week because that's really all I've got. I mean, you could talk about God of War selling 11 million copies. I mean, I
Oh
think
my god,
that's
are we really already through all of our subjects?
yeah. There's literally only three things I
Uh
had here.
yeah,
Um,
hopefully, Gears, we already talked about Gears technically, but like I really
yeah,
wonder
that's
what they
true.
were working on. Like what I
That's
remember
a good question.
like what were they working on? Like was it an did they say it was an executive
I
decision by
don't
Microsoft or
I don't know. Also, because I never really read into it because as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's a little depressing. But
yeah.
and I didn't really bother to read into it. All I know is everything I saw, which was like four different outlets talk about it, was like that it was canceled by Microsoft.
Hmm.
Um, which I find so utterly ass backwards.
I'm
Um,
wondering though if hear me out. Like we're completely right about like Microsoft wants to let studios do whatever the fuck they want, but I'm wondering if that game was in such a shitty state. I'm not and I don't like and I don't I'm not shitting on uh Coalition because they're fantastic, but
yeah,
I'm wondering if it was in such a bad state and Microsoft's like, yeah, we can't keep having these games that take 8 years to come out. Like
that's a good point.
like
I thought
I'm
about that
wondering.
too. I
So
thought about that too. Like, what a maybe it's like because obviously they want this image of like, oh, we let our studios do whatever they want, and that's typically been the case. You see, Josh Sawyer did Pentiment,
yep,
and his Sawyer's whole thing was like, if you don't let me do it, then I'm just going to leave Obsidian. And
that's
they're like,
funny.
okay, well then I guess you're doing Pentiment, but
That's funny.
and so and and then you got obviously Hi-Fi Rush, which was in development well before the acquisition. But
Yeah.
like you've got these
Still
examples of
coming
things
to
that they
PlayStation.
yeah, right. Even though the guy clearly said like there was no it doesn't matter. But
It doesn't
it's
matter. I
like
love it.
it's like you got these examples of them doing whatever they getting to do whatever they want to do. I wonder if Microsoft is like at a certain point they had to put their foot down. Like people know coalition for Gears, and that's unfortunate because they're just a studio who was, and they just were made to make Gears of War. That's
Yeah.
their entire purpose. I find it to be the same situation with 343. It's unfortunate their entire purpose is making Halo, but it's I feel like Microsoft kind of put their foot down and said, "Okay, we know you guys want to make something different than Gears. I get that, but
You need to make
we need
progress.
we need that. What we need right now is Gears. And if you make this game and then let's say it's out in 2024, 2025, then when does Gears come out? Like 2026, 2027?
Yeah.
So I know you guys want to do this, but what we need is Gears of War.
Yeah.
And we need it to be the best one you've ever done. So get to work on that. Which sucks, but it's like I'd be hard pressed to disagree with that.
Yeah.
I'd find it difficult to disagree with that. But I don't know. I
But
don't
like
know.
once again, I do feel like it does come back down to the fact it wasn't making good progress. But that's not.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
shitting on the
100%.
coalition. That's not me being like thinking I know better than the people that make fantastic games. That's not it at all. But
Yeah,
I feel like Microsoft has been letting certain studios get away with. I say get away with, but having a lot of delays and seemingly being okay with it. And now they're kind of like, all right, like we're getting like shit on for having no games coming out for like 7, 8 month periods at a time. Like
yeah,
we need to really have you guys work on something you know how to make.
yeah,
But who really, like you just said though, you technically just said that, but who knows? Who I really don't know.
yeah. It'll be interesting. Regardless, I'm hyped for more Gears of War. I
Oh yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
and if they give them the right amount of time, maybe they make enough changes. I think Gears of War, as much as I like it, I think it does need a change. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah,
I think
I think.
it
I mean,
it
we're going on
needs
to what, Gears of War 6?
going into Gears of War 6. I don't know if their whole plan, I really haven't read into the Gears plan for the coalition. I'm not sure if their plan is to do a trilogy and then restart with something else. I don't know. But this would be the end of a trilogy.
Yeah,
So it's like I don't know. I feel like the gameplay loop needs completely refreshed. Keep what people love about it, the violence, the over the top violence. Keep that. Keep the over the top characters, over the top storytelling. Push the graphics because Gears has always been about pushing graphics to the systems to their maximum capabilities. Keep that, but you need to overhaul
yeah,
quite a few gameplay mechanics to make it seem fresh and new because as tight as Gears 5 is, I played the multiplayer for about a week.
yeah,
And after a week, I was like, I get it. I'm out.
yeah. You're like, I've got it. Yeah, I understand the
Yeah,
gist of this.
it's not fun. And that's the thing. Like Gears 2 multiplayer and Gears
Actually,
3 multiplayer lasted. That had lots of staying power because it was
would you
super
play Gears of War 5's Horde mode with me on computer if I download it? Would
yes,
you be
yes.
interested?
In
Okay.
fact, I'm interested to get Gears 5 because I want to test that out
Is it
on
on
the
Game
Steam.
Pass? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I can
Yeah,
also
you
play
need to
it.
buy it again though. You need to buy it
Yeah, I
again.
can
Yeah.
also play it via xCloud on there. So I'm interested to try both of those things. But yeah,
Okay.
I would definitely
Awesome.
do that. And me
Let's
and Ham
go.
actually still need to beat Gears 5. We still need to start that actually. So yeah,
Bots
but
don't beat games. I'm just
we
kidding.
will see about that. That is actually something I probably should have had in the notes for the show. The Gears, the Coalition actually getting their game canceled. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think if I missed anything else, but I don't know, guys. I really
Pretty
don't.
much feel like we powered through everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
like I said, I felt like this was going to be a shorter show, and so far, man, it really is. But with the topics out of the way, that does move us on to kind of want to overrated, underrated because Mike, I know you had something you wanted to bring up for overrated, underrated.
Yeah,
I
let's
just
do it.
want to say, Matt, a medieval is fucking incredible. I'm just letting you know that.
Medieval is fantastic. I'm thinking about
This
playing it.
game, like, like boomer shooter, but Matt recommended to me. Matt recommended this one to me, and it's fucking fantastic. I literally think I've only heard about this game once, so I'd say it's underrated. That
Hmm.
might. I was originally going to talk. Because I don't necessarily think Days Gone is underrated, but I wanted to at least talk about it a little bit. But I think this game's underrated for people that love these type of games. I'm pretty sure it is well loved, but like it needs to be loved more because
Yeah,
this is gorgeous. It plays fucking fantastic.
Yep.
And yeah, that's really it. It's so medieval. It's a first person shooter, but like you have swords and stuff but like it's not it's a shooter, but like you actually
With like
have like
staffs
swords
and
and
swords.
staffs, but and they shoot things out of them, And it's just really cool, and it's gorgeous too. It
It's a
has an
really good
RTX
looking game.
mode. I'm not playing with RTX on because I just imagine it will tank the performance, and I
I
need to.
tried it. I've
Oh,
tried it.
real? Well, I
It's
mean, I'm
it's
playing
not bad. It's like
not
I'm
bad.
on a 3070 and I get about 60 FPS at 14, well, 60 to 75 at
Yeah,
1440.
I think it's because I'm playing on 4K DLS balanced at the moment.
Oh, well, yeah,
Probably if I
Jesus,
put it.
that'll do it. Huh.
Yeah, so if I was probably playing at 1800p set to like performance or 1440, I'd probably be much better off. But
Yeah.
I'll just take I mean, I'll try it though at some point because why not? But yeah, dude, the game is fucking awesome. Andrew, I think his last name's pronounced Holst. I don't know
Andrew
how.
Tate. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Andrew Tate, the guy that worked on Doom Eternal's DLC, Dusk's DLC. I mean, Dusk the game, Proteus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he worked on Proteus.
Mhm.
He is just a fucking master of these type of soundtracks. He and Mick Gordon and a few others are just on another level when it comes to this. This game is fucking great.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that. But that's actually good because that actually takes mine as well. I was gonna put a medieval in there because I'd never
Oh
heard of
shit,
that
I'm
game.
sorry.
No, you're fine because I'd never heard of that game until I was just scrolling the Steam store and I was like, "What's this?" And then you go to the thing, it's like overwhelmingly positive, and I'm just
Yeah,
like, "Oh,
yeah.
okay." So then I
Oh.
tried it and I was like, "This is fantastic." But yeah, what about you, Ham? Do you have anything for overrated or underrated?
Um,
I thought Ham fell asleep.
no. Um, I I actually don't this week. I don't have anything for overrated or underrated. Like I said, I've
That's
been
totally
busy
fine.
doing something else, so I haven't really been
That is
playing a whole lot as I usually do.
Yeah, that's totally fine, honestly, because until about 30 minutes before the show, I did not have one either. But
The
yeah,
game I was thinking about saying is Dark Void, but I feel like I haven't played enough of it to say if it's overrated or underrated.
Isn't that
Dark
top-down
Void.
horror game? Darkwood?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like it so it kind of like in the beginning of the game, you kind of have like a jetpack and you're like flying around.
You mean Dark Void?
Yeah, that's what I said, Dark Void.
Yeah,
I
he
thought you
said
said
Dark
Dark
Void.
I thought you said Darkwood. Sorry. Darkwood's a horror game. Sorry about that. Or is it
Yeah,
Deep
I've
Void?
never
I don't
heard
know.
of that.
Sorry. Go on. Yeah, Dark Void is fun though. I mean, when I was a kid, the demo was fun. How about that? When I was a kid, the demo was fun. Who knows if that shit still holds up?
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I'd have to play the game more. I didn't want to just say, "Hey, this is over or underrated," and only have done a little bit of the game. So,
are you enjoying it though? Sounds like you are.
it's not bad so far. So far, like I don't like hate it. Like I stopped playing it because we were getting ready to play basketball. So I didn't stop playing it because like when I stopped playing um
Bionic Commando.
what is it, Bionic Commando. I didn't stop playing it like that. Like I
Yeah,
You
stopped
love
playing Bionic
Bionic
Commando
Commando.
because I hated that. I
That's your
hated it.
favorite game.
It was terrible.
fucking one of the greatest games ever made.
Exactly.
Anyways, anyways, yeah. So yeah, I don't really have a game for this week for that.
That's totally fine, honestly. I mean, I feel like this was kind of bound to be a shorter show, so kind of works out. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else. Oh, wait, take of the week. We still got to do take of the week. Does anyone have a take of the week?
Nope.
I've
No.
been thankfully staying off Twitter. Other than I am getting a very much little sick, twisted enjoyment of people saying that uh what the fuck's it called? Hi-Fi Rush was supposed to be a PlayStation game, and I've seen like even some people saying
Love
like
it.
when I just love I'm just it's very funny.
I love all the people who are like, you know what, that looks cool. I'll wait to play it on PlayStation. I love it. I love that energy.
They better fucking have fun waiting because they're gonna be
I
doing a
think it's great.
fucking lot of that if they want to
Yeah,
play.
just be patient. Just be patient. You'll get it, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you'll
Just
get
be
it for
patient.
sure.
You just
Like
gotta wait a couple of years, decades, maybe a century or two. Yeah, it'd be fine.
I guess a fun
Yeah,
take that I kind of heard was just that
smells.
that the sales for the whole God of War thing had nothing to do with
Oh yeah, huh,
the selling of the console with the game. I mean,
which is insane.
like maybe it wasn't most of it. I can probably agree with
Oh
that
yeah,
because
yeah.
this is because they said 11 million, and I don't know if that's like 11 million like God of War total, or like is this just for PS5? Because if we're talking about PS5 and PS4, then I mean, I'm not going to say the numbers are small at all. They're not, but I mean, the audience is much bigger than
Yeah,
just than if you were just to look at the PS5, because the PS5 is like what, like 30 million or something like that right now,
I
and
think there's like 32 as of recently.
yeah, and the PS4 has like 150 million or
That's
something like
fucking
that.
stupid.
Yeah. So if I'd almost be interested, and this takes zero away from Santa Monica, I'd be curious to wonder, like, I wonder how many of those sales are for the PS4 versus the PS5, because
That's something to think about.
because the only thing that would tell me, which I think would be kind of weird to say, but is God of War not a system seller?
Oh, I'll tell you, I
That's an
don't,
awkward conversation.
I don't think, I
no,
don't think
I
it
don't think
is,
it
and
is.
that's nothing against God of War. I don't think there's many things that are system sellers
The only thing I think
nowadays.
the genuine only system seller I think that exists in the entire console market is really Spider-Man.
Is Spider-Man.
That's literally it to
Spider-Man.
me. Like I
And
genuinely,
I guess you could say, well, I guess you can't because that'll sell systems for everything. You could say we talked about
Hogwarts.
last night, Hogwarts.
yeah.
Hogwarts is
Yeah,
going to
that's
sell
gonna sell for
Xboxes. It'll sell
everything, but it's gonna
PlayStation.
sell
Yeah,
especially for PlayStation because they have marketing
they have
rights.
the marketing. Yeah, it
So it's like
it's
I
tough.
actually had to tell my brother that he's like, "Oh man, I wish I could play that. I don't own a PlayStation." I'm like, "No, it's coming to Xbox as well." He's like, "What?"
Yep.
And I'm like, "Yeah, it's it's coming to
I'm
Xbox as well."
telling you,
Um,
PlayStation, as much shit as I give them, sometimes the one thing they consistently do right is marketing.
Oh yeah, they kill it.
They nail their marketing. I mean,
Yep.
exactly.
it's really impressive, honestly.
It
So I
is.
mean,
Not only like, yeah, just all around, just marketing deals, being where they need to be first. Like they just, I mean, they make it look like they're the only ones working out there sometimes when it comes to
yeah,
that area. Um,
it's impressive.
Absolutely. They're really good at making people think that something's only like they did that with what was it, Destiny 2. They made people think that it was only for
Oh,
PlayStation.
yeah, Destiny
When
2, Destiny 1, both of those games. If I've thought for a minute, um, because I wasn't plugged in the way I am now. I thought for a minute Destiny 1 was PlayStation exclusive.
Me too. When
Uh,
it was initially coming out, I
yeah.
did too. I did too.
And then the only reason I found out that it wasn't was because my friends were like, "Hey, you're getting on Destiny 1." Like they all had it on Xbox. I'm like, "I don't have a PlayStation." Like, "No, it's on Xbox." I'm like, "Oh shit,
Idiot.
I need to get that now." So they nail it. Everything that they got marketing rights to, it might as well for like the general public be exclusive.
Yeah.
So they fucking kill it every single time they get marketing rights. Uh, but yeah, I'm looking for a take, and I really don't have one, which is insane to say because I feel like there were a ton of takes this week.
well, there probably were.
I just don't think I paid much attention to it.
I mean,
I was on
I don't
I've
know.
even seen takes go as far as like Forza not looking as good as Gran Turismo 7, and
That's a cool
which
take,
I think that's an interesting take right there. That's
I
something
mean,
I
that's
a lot of us lie to ourselves one way or another. So I mean,
and that's a lie, I'll tell you, if I've ever heard one. Like, you can like Gran Turismo 7 more. I mean, I don't know why you would, but if you do, God bless, but it doesn't look better than Forza. There's no, there's you got to have something wrong with your eyes if you're. looking at that and saying it doesn't look better than GT7, or you're just lying, like Mike said, or you're just lying.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're probably just lying because you got to remember Gran Turismo's
Yeah.
cross generation game. So like,
Yep.
I don't know
There's a
why anybody
reason it
would
doesn't look
say
better.
that and wholeheartedly believe themselves after a statement like that, because this game
It's
was
a lot of
literally made for next gen only. It, I mean, there's just so many facets of it where this game just looks, and I can't wait to feel how better it is. The thing that makes me nervous on that, the whole feeling part, is they don't have the haptic like Gran Turismo does. And only the
yeah.
one other thing that they don't have that Gran Turismo does is VR. That does make Gran Turismo interesting.
See,
And I'm thinking about buying, because congratulations, Matt, but you purchased a Steam Deck and you're going to be playing the hell out of that, figuring out emulation and all that
oof,
stuff with it.
yes.
I want to get the Steam Deck, but I'm hesitant because that PlayStation VR is coming out here soon, and it's about the same price as a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And I'll use the PlayStation VR just as I don't know which one I'd use more, to be honest, because I'm not really a handheld player. I'm not really a VR player. I'm not really either one of those.
See,
You're a
for me, the
fraud.
Steam
Just
Deck's
kidding.
the easy choice. First of all,
I need to
the
use the restroom,
decision's
guys. I'll be
made
right back.
for me because VR doesn't work in this room. There's just not room for VR in this room. Now, if the room was bigger, VR is a little more appealing. But even then, I still probably go Steam Deck because there's about an hour and a half before I go to bed where I'm not on my consoles. I'm just laying in bed. I'm watching Netflix or something, and I'm on my Switch. Now, for me, it'd be a lot cooler if instead of playing Breath of the Wild, as great as that game is, be a lot cooler if I was laying in bed playing Fallout New Vegas or Skyrim at 60 FPS or Fallout 4 or stuff like that. That's where the Steam Deck plus emulation, that's where that wins me over. But PSVR, it's interesting. I just feel like they need more because if I got it, I know it would just be GT7. That would be the only thing I'm playing on that. I need
That's
more
kind
than
of what I
GT7.
feel like I'd end. And see, like the VR thing makes me super nervous, and it's not because of just the games. It's just like it makes me nervous and like how I would use it.
Yeah.
A couple things I'd like to have that I'm not even kidding about. Like the video game part is great for that. Sure, they're gonna have some pretty good games, I think, that are gonna come out and make it interesting. But what else am I using it for?
Entertainment you want.
I want to know that it's gonna be like quality on the other things other than just the games that are on it. Because I can, like, watch all different types of stuff on my Oculus headset, right? I would like to
Yeah.
ideally be able to do the same on my PlayStation 1. And I need to do more research and see what that's all about. Like, what kind of
Yeah.
apps is it's gonna have? What's the quality of those apps? And like, I really just want to see that thing come out, and I want to see somebody just break that sucker down because it has some very impressive stats, but I'm wondering if the applications are gonna match the stats. You know what I mean?
Hmm. That's a good question because I've does PSVR 1 support any apps?
See, I don't know, and that's why Twan should be here right now to answer those questions
Support
because he
doesn't
has.
support greatness. That's what it supports, and that's what you should be supporting, both of you.
I'm good. I'm good. I
I'm just,
need
Em, I'm disappointed in you. I'm just kidding.
I'm just
Go.
really, I'm just really not sure what I'm gonna get first. Whether it be the Steam Deck or the PlayStation VR 2, and I think I'm leaning closer to the PlayStation VR 2 right now, just because I don't know. I
Yeah,
think it'd be a little bit more fun to you have your own experience. I kind of have mine, kind of thing.
that's totally fair. Plus,
But then
also,
again, then again, that Steam Deck is mighty interesting, bud.
I mean, I will happily tell you all about it. Because I'm gonna, as soon as I get that, I'm probably, I mean, I'll play Xbox most nights with you, like I always, but I plan on playing that thing a lot for like about 2 weeks and then doing a review on it. In fact, I kind of want to play Gears on that. I want to play Gears 5 with you, like start the campaign and maybe even finish it on that thing. Um,
That'd be interesting.
I'd be very interested to see that because I've seen people play Gears on there and it's very smooth and it looks decent. So I'm intrigued to find out what it can do. And also, if you go to PSVR too, it's a it's a product that, like the Steam Deck, not many people have, or not many people will have once it releases. So it's like doing a review on the PSVR 2 is that's an interesting video. That's an interesting video that a lot of people will be inclined to watch, especially since there won't be many people out there giving those interviews, or at least many just regular people. Obviously, MKBHD will do it, but like just regular people doing reviews of that. Not many would be out there. So that'd be interesting to see.
A medieval
Yeah,
fan.
you're right. You're right. Because I mean, I'd be interested in seeing that just for the fact that, hey, I don't know all these things like Asante and stuff like that knows.
Yeah.
But like keep in mind you have those abilities like once you get the Steam Deck to reach out to people like Asante, Everborn, and stuff like that and be like, yo, like I've seen that you got the Steam Deck, wondering what applications or what things that you recommend downloading day
Yeah.
one to do this, or what YouTube video you think I should watch to like figure out yada yada or whatnot.
100%. 100%. And you would probably be one of those people in the community, at least you'd probably be one of those people if you got a PSVR 2 for PSVR 2. Eventually you would probably be one of those people that might get reached out to for help, or your video is going to help somebody with that. Because shit, I'm not getting a PSVR 2 and I'll watch that video just out of curiosity because I want to see the whole app situation now that you mentioned that, honestly.
Right.
So
And
I
I'm
don't
also
know.
wondering how it like if you're playing, I'm sure that there is some sort of mode where you can see it on your TV or somebody can see what you're doing on the TV.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm gonna have to use the same thing that I use for my PS3 to capture. Do you know if you need to do that or not?
What do you mean, the capture card?
Yeah. Do I need to have like a special HDMI thing to capture
Not that
from the
I'm aware of.
PS3? I mean, not the PS3,
Like,
the PS5.
oh, the splitter you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, PS5, as far as I'm aware, PS3 is the only console where you actually need that splitter, as far as
Okay,
I'm
that's
aware.
good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, I'm ready to head up out of here. I'm
Hey.
still kind of tired.
All right.
That's that's totally fine.
All
I need to
right,
get something to eat.
definitely. All right, well, on that note, you guys, thanks everybody for stopping in and watching. Let's go on ahead and do
Yes.
outros real quick. So, Matt, let them know where they can find you.
You find me at Matt Likes Games on Twitter, on YouTube. Matt Likes Games videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that is where you can find me.
Awesome,
Uh,
awesome. And then, Mike.
you can find me at Twitter at Hard Days Mike, and on Twitch at Hard Days Mike when I eventually decide to stream again. Eventually.
And YouTube, my OnlyFans,
OnlyFans, yeah,
and
let's go.
Fansly.
And then, yeah, you can find me, Ham Solo 05 Gaming, here every Sunday, or at least when there's news and stuff like that, we'll definitely be here to give it to you. And then
Mm-hmm.
Monday through Friday, I'm on TSWS Gaming. I have various different shows I do. Mainly the shows on Thursday and Fridays are the most highlighted ones with Behind Them Sticks, with various guests coming on every Thursday
Yeah.
from around the world, and then also bullsitting with me, Loke, and Cozy Beluga. And I think Matt's going to start joining us regularly on there. So I think that's pretty
Yes, sir.
exciting. But yeah, that's where you guys can check me out, TSWS Gaming on YouTube, and then on Twitter at HamSolo05 Gaming. Thanks everybody for showing up. You guys have a wonderful night. Stay healthy. Do your thing. We'll see you later.
That should be
See ya.
saying.